of the population in a country. Demography also has to do with how the population develops and how it affects society in different ways. The birth rate, or natality, is also known, tells us how fertile a population is. In other words, how many children are born. It is calculated by looking at how many living children are born per 1,000 individuals in a population. The death rate, or mortality rate, is a measure of how many people die per 1,000 individuals in a population. However, it is not just the number of births and deaths that affects how many people live in a country. Migration, in other words, the movement of people between different areas and countries, also affects the size of the population. When people move to a country, it is called immigration. And when people move from a country, it is called emigration. The following formula is used to find out how much a country's population is growing. By comparing the difference between the birth rate and the mortality rate during a year, as well as how many people immigrate and emigrate, we arrive at a result that is called population growth. Population pyramids are diagrams that show the composition of a country's population. They show the distribution of genders and various age groups. In other words, what percentage of a country's population is old and young, and differences in the number of men and women. Together, the pyramids provide a picture of how the population will grow or decrease in coming years. Let's look at an example. If a country has a very young population, in other words, many children are being born, it can safely be assumed that the population will continue to grow. But in a country with a lot of old people and fewer young people, it can be assumed that the population will decrease. So why might it be good to know how a country's population is going to change? Because with the help of geographical data, it is possible to perform forecasts which facilitate the planning of society for the future. At local level, for example, in a municipality, it could be a question of how many apartments, schools, and retirement homes will be needed. And at global level, it could be a matter of planning to ensure that there will be enough food for everyone and to prevent overpopulation, which in turn can lead to environmental problems